This chapter feels different. Not like learning, more like questioning everything we learned before. Are we now supposed to doubt valuation standards?
Not doubt. Understand deeply. Real professionalism begins when you stop memorizing and start questioning. This mind map, critical analysis and discussion of global valuation standards, is where a valuer becomes a thinker, not just a follower.
1. Starting with reality check. Why critical analysis? So, are standards not enough?
Standards are necessary, but not sufficient. They provide structure, discipline, but they cannot control market behavior, human judgment, data quality, and valuation lives exactly in these uncertain spaces.
2. Similarities and differences. 2.3.1. So, are standards not enough?
Good. Start with common ground. Similarities, the universal core. Ethical conduct, independence, transparency, proper documentation, defined scope and assumptions. No matter whether it is USPAP, RICS, or Tego Viva, they all demand honesty and clarity. Differences. Now the real thinking begins.
Okay, this is interesting. Where do they differ?
Here is where professional judgment comes in. Philosophical difference. USPAP, rule-based, strict, compliance-driven. RICS, principle-based, flexible, judgment-driven.
So one tells you what to do and the other tells you how to think?
Exactly. Very well captured. Regional focus. Tego Viva, banking and mortgage valuation. National standards, legal systems, and local markets. Standards are shaped by economic priorities of regions. 3. Ground reality, challenges and application.
Now this right side, this feels like real-world problems.
Yes, this is where most valuers struggle. Differing legal systems. Property rights differ, land ownership structures differ, taxation frameworks differ. A method valid in one country may become irrelevant in another. Data availability and reliability.
But data, we always assume it's available?
That assumption is dangerous. In developed markets, reliable data. In emerging markets, limited transparency. If data is weak, even perfect standards cannot give strong valuation. Currency risks, exchange rate fluctuations, cross-border investment distortions.
So value can change without any physical change?
Yes, value is not only physical, it is also financial perception. Cultural nuances.
Culture affecting valuation still surprises me.
But it is very real. Negotiation behavior, informal agreements, relationship-based pricing. In some markets, transaction price is influenced by trust, not just logic. Regulatory complexity. Multiple laws, different reporting frameworks. A global valuer must navigate legal, financial, and taxation layers simultaneously. 4. Strengths and weaknesses. 2.3.2.
So what are standards actually good at?
Provide structure, improve credibility, enable comparability, standardized methodology. Cannot remove subjectivity, depend on data quality, struggle in informal markets, cannot fully capture local behavior.
So standards guide, but they don't guarantee correctness?
Exactly. They are frameworks, not truth machines. 5. HBU, still the core engine.
And HBU is still here, everywhere?
Because value comes from potential. 4 tests: legal, physical, financial, maximum productivity. Now think, legal may change, financial assumptions may fail, market demand may shift.
So even HBU is uncertain?
Yes, it is reasoned judgment under uncertainty. 6. Valuer as fiduciary, the real anchor.
This I symbol feels like responsibility.
It is. Fiduciary duty means trust, independence, objectivity. Your report influences loans, investments, legal outcomes. You are not just calculating, you are impacting decisions. 7. Risk management, survival layer.
Now this part feels like protection.
Yes, this is where many fail in practice. Key tools: indemnity insurance, due diligence, clear engagement, documentation. If it is not documented, it does not exist professionally. 8. Market dynamics, the living factor. And market trends? Standards don't replace market understanding. Key drivers: location theory, externalities, agglomeration, policy. A valuer must constantly ask, what is driving this value? Deep critical closing. So, final understanding. Standards provide structure, but depend on data, judgment, ethics. Very well understood. Final truth. Standards make you qualified. Critical thinking makes you credible. And in valuation, credibility is everything.